Cops arrested a black man as he unlocked his own front door, assuming he was a burglar. What happened next, and who he really was, left everyone speechless. It was just after 8 p.m. when Dr. Elijah Warren pulled into his driveway after a long shift at the city hospital. Still in scrubs, with a stethoscope draped around his neck and his ID clipped to his chest, he reached into his pocket for his house keys. As he stepped onto his porch, two police cruisers suddenly pulled up with sirens blaring and lights flashing. Within seconds, two officers jumped out, guns drawn. Hands in the air, one barked. Confused and startled, Elijah froze. "This is my house," he tried to explain, but they weren't listening. "We got a call about a possible break-in," the other officer said as they yanked his arms behind his back and shoved him face-first into the ground. "You fit the description." Neighbors began to gather, shouting that Elijah lived there, but the officers waved them off, claiming it was a standard check. Even as Elijah's hospital ID dangled from his shirt, they ignored it, cuffed him, and shoved him into the back of the cruiser. The situation changed dramatically 10 minutes later when a sleek black SUV screeched into the driveway. A woman stepped out, sharp, composed, and furious. "What is going on here?" she demanded. "I'm Councilwoman Renee Warren, his wife." The officers paused. "Ma'am, we were responding to a 911 call. He lives here," she snapped. "He's the chief of surgery at Memorial Hospital. You just arrested one of the most respected black professionals in this city for unlocking his own front door." Her voice rose as she turned to the gathering neighbors. "This is what racial profiling looks like. This is what happens when black success is still seen as suspicious." One neighbor had already started filming the entire incident. Within the hour, the mayor, the chief of police, and two senior city officials arrived on the scene, all trying to contain the fallout. Elijah was released with apologies, but he said little, just looked them in the eye and said, "I save lives every day. Today, you treated me like a criminal for existing." The video went viral. Protests followed. Policy changed. And those two officers were suspended, then dismissed after a full investigation. What started as a routine drive home became a national example of how deeply racism can run, and how quickly it can be exposed by truth, unity, and undeniable dignity.